Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed by now, please do. It helps me a lot. And today, since I got some questions from you, is it worth even trying to get 50TP? Is it a good tank? Well, today I decided to take a look at the armor profile. We're gonna have it just after comparison, and compare it to other tanks we have already in game. Russian styles like the IS-8 and WZ-111 1-4 and KPFZ 70 because it's a premium single shell tank. Of course, it's a different caliber gun and so on, but at least it's gonna be some kind of comparison for this video. So if you take a look at the DPM, DPM wise, it's not bad. I mean, it's worse than IS-8, and the thing that it's most incredible for me, it's worse than honestly, it's worse than WZ-111, and it has better DPM than at least Kampfpanzer, but penetration wise, as you can see, it's in par with WZ and slightly worse span than IS-8. Alpha is between IS-8 and WZ, which is 440, but still, if WZ has better DPM and bigger alpha, well, that's not great for the 50TP Proto. But let's look at the premium ammo. With premium ammo, it has APCR, so not great, but honestly, if you look at this, I mean, it has same pan with APCR that WZ-111 has with heat, so that's really impressive, honestly. If you ask me, it's not bad. Actually, I was expecting something worse, but it's not that bad. Okay, so as you can see, let's look at the rate of fire, 5.24 rounds per minute. It's better than WZ and worse than IS-8, so it's balanced, I would say. Rate of fire, as you can see, yeah, we were talking about rate of fire. Reload time, almost 12 seconds. That's not great. I mean, WZ has almost the same reload time, and it has 460 alpha. So, yeah, not that good. Especially that it's 122. And as you can see, IS-8 can reload a lot faster. Almost 2 seconds. That's impressive, honestly. Shell velocity isn't great, even though it's better than the rest of our tanks here. Aiming time is 246. It's better than IS-8 and WZ, which is great. And honestly, I'm surprised that Kampfpanzer has better aim time. But yeah, okay. Dispersion wise, it's not good. It's still better than WZ, but it's same as the IS-8. That means, yeah, that gun is not gonna be great. I mean, it's a Russian gun. I don't really expect it to be really reliable. But let's take a look at the dispersion on the move. After rotating on the move, it's not good. Honestly, it's in par with IS-8. I mean, it's not gonna work, but it's not that bad. Speed wise, it's almost in par with IS-8 and WZ, which is quite good. It will be quite mobile tank. Engine power is bigger, but still, I mean, same as the IS-8, honestly. Power to weight ratio is slightly worse than IS-8. It's like blend of WZ and IS-8. Effective HP is slightly worse than IS-8, but not that bad. Term resistance are exactly the same for most of the tanks. So yeah, the camo wise, well, we're not gonna talk about the camo. It's a heavy tank, for God's sake. We still don't know the crate coefficient of a tank, so that's not really nothing that should be really. It will be better than a texture one, that's for sure. Repair cost is okay, but it's slightly worse than IS-8. View range is exactly the same. HP are between like IS-8 and WZ. But now the best thing, armor profile. Turret armor looks spectacular. I mean, in front 270, 150 on the side, 100 at the back. That's great. If you look at the stats, that's great. But is it gonna hold? You will see in a moment. But as far as I looked, it's not looking that great. Hull armor, as you can see, is really poor. So best tactic for this tank will be hold down for sure. You have 8 degrees of gun depression, so that's okay. That will give you some advantage, because at least you have 8 degrees. It's not, maybe it's not perfect, but at least it gives you opportunity to work most of the hills, most of the ridges. And yeah, I can assure you that's gonna be the tactic you want to use, just to stay hold down. And even though it's still gonna be tricky, but okay, let's look at the armor profile of this tank. We're gonna compare it to IS-8 shooting this tank, and as you can see, even though the whole the armor on the turret, let's switch back to the turret looks really good, as long as you're not loading any pramo. I mean, you have this tiny weak spot on the turret, of course, the cupola, the hatch, but if you use full gun depression, I mean, it's so tiny, it's gonna be so tricky to pen it. So that's great, you can easily go hold down, but you have to be extremely cautious, because you can see just below the gun you have this driver's viewport, and that's the weak spot of this tank. Other than that, you have bottom of the turret is weak as hell, as you can see. So if you're not cautious, if you're poking too much, you will receive a penetration in those areas, which isn't really great. But yeah, you need to be cautious. But hold down it looks quite good. Honestly, it looks quite good. And now we're gonna look at side scraping capabilities of this tank. I mean, it was so broken at the start. It has really great armor, but now let's see. Like, I mean, when I saw this, I was just like, what the hell? Of course, the tracks, if you receive shells in the tracks, you will bounce. But 44 millimeters or above the tracks, yeah, seriously, like every single tier 8, tier 7, even tier 10, especially, like grill can HE you on the side, even if you're side scraping. That's terrible. Same as those weak spots on the front of the turret. If you're not hold down, you're basically screwed. You can try to side scrape. I mean, you can try, but that's not gonna work great. You have just giant lower plates, and if you load pramo, I mean, seriously, that's not gonna, I mean, it's trollish. Of course, it's trollish. It's not perfect, but we've calibrated and heat, as you can see, even though the heat isn't great, it's becoming very weak. I'm not expecting this tank to be like anything special, but it should be okay if you wiggle a bit. Let's just look if it's gonna be trollish. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be trollish, so yeah, all you can do is basically try to wiggle, I think, and you should be okay with that. And now let's compare it to, let's say, tier 8 Russian heavy, like the IS-3, let's say. I think, yeah, you're gonna need tier 8. So let's look how it's gonna stand. Calibrated and pramo, yeah, this turret will do great. I mean, against tier 8, if you be cautious without showing your weak spots on below the gun, you should be really fine with this tank. I mean, easily you can still be get banned on this side, which is terrible, and that should be reworked for me, at least. That's my opinion. Let's check the reverse side scrape. Yeah, it's still visible. Yeah, it's not gonna be great. It's still gonna be better than, honestly, to reverse side scrape than frontally side scrape, but yeah, those sides aren't really spectacular. The best tactic will be to go hold down, because even with pramo they won't be able to pen you, but you will also meet tier 10s. Let's just look how it's gonna stand against let's say IS-7, because IS-4 will eat it alive. I'm more than sure of that. Okay, so IS-7 with pramo and calibrated, well, it doesn't look that bad, honestly. Let's check IS-4 heat. Yeah, but yeah, it's still trollish. I mean, I was expecting this turret to be better, but well, it seems like it's gonna stand, and if you wiggle it like that, I mean, it's gonna be trollish as hell. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of changing my mind right now, and thinking that this tank may be, just maybe, quite interesting tank. The mobility is gonna be comparable to the rest of the tier 9 Russian heavies. Turret will be trollish, and against tier 8 opponents it will be impenetrable hold down. Yeah, it can be a nice tank. So I wish you all luck in the event. Hope you all get the tank, hopefully for free. And that's basically all for this episode, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on the battlefield.